Rebecca Baptist was a 10-year-old girl from Holbrook, Arizona. She lived with her father, Richard Baptist, his longtime girlfriend, Anshia Woods, and their two younger brothers. For a time, she attended school in the area, but later, the family moved into a rural property near Concho, living in a yurt without electricity or running water. On July 26, 2025, Rebecca was found on the side of the highway in Holbrook. She was unconscious and critically injured. She was taken to the hospital but died 3 days later from the abuse that she had suffered. Doctors reported that she was severely malnourished and dehydrated. Her body showed bruises in multiple stages of healing, burns, missing toenails, and signs of long-term physical abuse. They also found injuries that suggested sexual abuse. One physician described her condition simply as the result of prolonged torture. Neighbors and school staff later recalled warning signs. Teachers had filled reports more than a dozen times, noticing bruises and strange behavior, but each time, Rebecca and the brothers gave excuses that would match what their parents told them to say. At one point, Rebecca had jumped from a second-story window in an attempt to escape. She tried again on the day she was found. Her father, Richard Baptist, and his girlfriend, Anshia Woods, were arrested and charged with first-degree murder and multiple counts of child abuse. Both are being held on a $1 million bond, which a lot of people think is unfair. Rebecca's death also drew attention to the Arizona Department of Child Safety. The agency confirmed that there was already an open investigation on the family at the time that she died. Relatives said they had repeatedly raised concerns, and her uncle described her body as black and blue from head to toe, with 2 black eyes and extensive bruising. Amberly Hughes was a 25-year-old preschool teacher from Johannesburg, South Africa. She had been in a relationship with a man named Ali Chalita, who had a 4-year-old daughter named Nada Jane. On January 23rd, while she was alone with the child, Hughes sent Chalita a message that read, "You broke my heart. I'm going to burn yours." Later that day, his daughter was found dead in the bathtub, and Hughes was discovered nearby with cuts on her wrist. A post-mortem confirmed that the daughter had been sexually assaulted shortly before her death. The court later heard evidence that Hughes forced the child under the water until she drowned. Hughes admitted that she sat on the girl in the bath and left the water running. During the trial, prosecutors said that the text message proved she had planned the act. Hughes first denied the assault, but later admitted to the drowning, but the judge ruled she knew exactly what she was doing. In August 2025, Amber was found guilty of rape and murder. One extra charge was dropped for lack of proof. Her sentencing was set for October. The father said she was glad that Amber was finally found guilty, but it did not change the fact that his daughter was gone. The case shocked South Africa. A teacher who was trusted to care for children instead killed one, leaving behind a crime that will never be forgotten. Esmeralda FG was a 32-year-old TikToker from Guanajuato, Mexico. She was known for sharing lighthearted videos about her life, often featuring her husband and 3 young children. Over time, her family became a regular part of her content, and many of her followers grew familiar with them. On February 27, 2025, Esmeralda, her husband, and their 3 children set out together in their pickup truck. Later that day, authorities discovered the vehicle abandoned near a rural area outside Celaya. Inside were the bodies of all 5 family members. Initial reports confirmed that Esmeralda and her husband had both died from gunshot wounds. Their children were also found dead in the truck. Investigators quickly treated the case as a multiple homicide. Neighbors later told police that Esmeralda and her husband had been experiencing relationship problems in the months leading up to their deaths, though the exact motive behind the killings still remains uncertain. The tragedy shocked Esmeralda's followers, many of whom had interacted with her only days before on TikTok. Her videos, which once portrayed the simple routineness of family life, were left behind as an unintentional reminder of what was lost.